What is up, Metalhead? So, today in the mail, I just got in the newest thing from Warcolours, which are the shades. Warcolours, if you are not familiar, they are a company from Greece. You can find them at warcolours.com. Let's see if I can get this up to the camera for you so you can see there. The set of the shades, there's 7 of them, okay? So we got violet shade. We have turquoise shade. I love turquoise and I love purple, so I think those are going to be a favorite. We have marine shade, which is a dark blue. We have black shade, green shade, flesh shade, and we have brown shade. Okay. Now, at first, what I was going to do is I was going to test these out on the GW palette paper, but then when I opened up the box, it ended up that they had these 2 cards here to test the coverage of the paints. So I thought, oh my god, this is so perfect, because I could just do it on here and then you could end up seeing how it would look over black primer and white primer. So that would actually be pretty perfect. Just so that you know, the paper or this cardstock that they have given us is kind of like a satiny finish, just so that you understand that it's not matte or whatever for when it comes out. For when it comes up on here, just so that you know what to expect. The shades came in this box from Greece, and it's a pretty sturdy box. There was no bubble wrapper in there or anything, but they didn't really honestly need to be. It made it all the way to the US with absolutely no damage at all, so that is good to know. So without further ado, let's get started checking these out. Let's start with the violet shade. Gonna shake, 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 shake your beanbag. And what I'm gonna do, alright, they're easy to open. This is what the dropper part of the bottle looks like. Because they shipped from far, you can expect some air pressure to kind of come out, especially because they were on a plane. And you can expect some air pressure to come out and some of the paint to start coming out. Alright, so this is the violet shade, and I'm going to do it over here, over this. Let me hold this down. Over black, over white, so that you can see what that looks like. So what ends up happening is, over the black, it just gives this purple tint over the black, and then this is what it looks like over the white. Now I'm just brushing it over quick, but it's just so that you can see. Like, I'm not going to blend it and all this other craziness, but that's what the purple looks like. Ooh, ah, ee. And we'll get to see how it's going to dry, and I'll be able to let you know about that in a minute. So far it's drying pretty matte from what I'm seeing, but let's give it a couple minutes and see what happens. Now I'm going to play with the turquoise shade. Again, you can expect to see some paint come out because of air pressure. It's to be expected. If you travel with your paints at conventions and stuff from the plane, you probably notice it when you open up your own paints too. Ooh, that turquoise shade is pretty. It reminds me of the Badger Ghost Tints in Plasma. Kind of reminds me of that color. Ooh, look at that turquoise. Look, let's see what it looks like when you mix it with purple. It ends up looking more like a royal blue. It's pretty interesting, right? Just to play around and see. So there's turquoise. Okay, yeah, I'm continuing watching it, and so far it's drying matte, so we know that. Marine shade, that's the blue. Shake, shake, shake. Always shake well before using. Trying to get the cap off. Oh, this one didn't try and pour out. Doesn't happen every time. Alright, marine shade. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, that's a nice blue. Look at that, nice blue. And over the black and over the white. Let's do a little more. So it's just, it could be passed for a darker turquoise or more like a royal blue. Yeah, it's kind of a mix between the two, it looks like. That's your marine shade. From what I understand, these can definitely shoot through an airbrush as well. These would be good to do not only over a zenithal prime, but also it could be over metallics. Could probably add nice over metallics, just like the ghost tints can. This is black shade, by the way, that I'm getting ready to do. Sorry, I got too busy shaking and going. And here's the black shade over white and over black. I guess it wouldn't really matter, but here is the black shade. I can already tell you it does one of the things that's supposed to set them apart from like GW washes and shades and stuff is that it has a gel-like consistency to it, which it kind of does. I can feel it while using it. You can kind of see it too. For example, you can kind of see it as it moves. It's got kind of a gel-like move to it. It's supposed to be that when you apply it, that it's supposed to stay put. And so far, it's doing that. I mean, well, I'll be able to see more for sure on a mini because it'll be standing up, and this is laying down. But here's green shade. Let's see how that ends up looking. You want to gently squeeze these bottles, especially since they traveled from afar. And this is an in-between dark green and Kelly green. I mean, I'm sorry, a true green and a Kelly green, I would say. I'm sorry, Kelly green is a little darker than regular green. But that's what our green looks like. That's right there, green shade. And what's this one here? Flesh shade. Let's play with that one real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Whoop. This one had air pressure going on, so it dropped right out. That's okay. Flesh shade. Very brown. I say this because in comparison to regular flesh shades where there would be more of a reddish to them, this is more of a brown flesh shade. But it could still be used well with dark skin tones, for example. Or if you thin it down, you can probably thin it down and add some red and then go from there. That would work too. But there's your flesh shade right there. Okay, and here's brown shade. And since these will be right next to each other, that'll be a good opportunity for us to see what the difference is going to be between the two. Okay, I can already tell you straight out of the bottle it's darker. Alright, this brown shade is more like a sepia. Let's take a look. So here, I'm going to put it down here. Yeah, this is definitely a sepia. So if you do like monochromatic sepia and you thin this down, you could probably do a lot with it. And there is your brown. And I know I just kind of like just moved around with the brush. I didn't do anything purposeful with it, but there's your brown shade, your flesh shade, green, purple shade, turquoise, marine, and black. Okay, 7 shades in all. Hopefully, maybe they will come out with more, so that we, so that there would be red and some other colors, yellow maybe even. That would be nice. They dry matte. Now, mind you, some of it I kind of liberally put on, so some of it's still drying. But I don't know how well you could see on the cardstock there. It dried matte. So just in case if you're curious, that's how it dries. So yeah, so again, if you want to check out Warcolours, it's warcolours.com. Do keep in mind that when you spell Warcolours that there's a U, okay? And they are located in Greece. Good company, great paints, lots of great colors in the color palette and everything. They're fun to use. So yeah, so that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Please be sure to check out Metalhead Minis on the web at www.metalheadminis.com, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.